My guest today has only been in the industry for about a year, but she has already become a viral sensation for making over $250,000 by sleeping with over 100 college guys on spring break. Let's welcome the one and only, the daring, the gorgeous, the dewy,
Hi.
Bonnie Blue.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming on. And I feel like I need to explain why I called you dewy, because you have like such. The first thing I noticed about you is your skin is like insane.
Well, a lot of facials, basically.
Oh my God, what kind of facials?
A mixture. Best of both worlds.
Have I been getting the wrong kind of facials?
Maybe.
So, Bonnie, thank you so much for coming on. Let's talk, obviously you have an accent, so let's talk a little bit about like where you're from, where you grew up, where you're living now.
Okay, so originally from Nottingham in the UK, and I've relocated to Australia, Gold Coast, and so my accent's a little all over the place, for sure.
And how long have you lived in Australia?
3 years now.
And are you living it?
Like 100%. I don't know why everyone doesn't live there. Like the beach lifestyle, it is so laid back. You go and post a sex tape then and see how much money it earns you.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. You can't just post a sex tape. There's got to be more to it. Like people don't just go on OnlyFans. Like people have got to subscribe. They've got to put their bank details in. Like it's a commitment from the subscribers. So it's got to be worthwhile. And just uploading some shitty sex tape ain't going to get you anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay, so just a few years ago, you were a newlywed working a 9-to-5 corporate job in the UK. And now you're an OnlyFans star living in Australia, famous for sleeping with hundreds of men. Yes. How did that transition happen so rapidly?
So when I relocated to Australia, everyone on the Gold Coast seems to be like an influencer, or they don't seem to go to work. Like, I don't know if they're a slut like me, but like no one seems to go to work on the Gold Coast. Like you don't really get rush hour traffic. And I was like, what are they doing? Like, why aren't they going to work? And either they've got money behind them or they're already in property and stuff. But like I didn't have that. Like unless I was working, like I didn't have like any money. And then when you buy the beach, the last thing you want to do is go and sit in an office, like Monday to Friday, get given 20 days annual leave. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not accepting that anymore. Like, I've already made the big move to Australia. The last thing I want to do is just, in a way, like ruin that by like sitting in an office.
And you're also like working every day to make somebody else rich.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're not really, I mean, I guess it depends on where you work, but like the
most jobs are restricted. Like you could work really hard one week and it doesn't really pay off, or like, I don't know, you're just living by someone else's rules. Like, and I just had enough of it basically. It's like, I'm too good for this. And when it came to going back into work, I sort of had like a 1.5 year break. I was like, okay, what can I do? And I saw on TikTok people talking about camming, like, you know, when you go on like porn sites and you can see like these girls that sort of chat to men one-on-one.
Yeah, like a live video. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll give that a go. And my first week I was in like 3,000 to 4,000 AUD. And I was like, wow, like at the time that was absolutely amazing. That was more than I'd ever earned like in recruitment. So I was like, perfect. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
What does your dad say about it?
Honestly, like, he loves it. Like, obviously doesn't sit watching the videos, but like all my social media, my TikToks, he'll have a look at. And he's just proud seeing how happy I am, how much I've been able to support the family. And it's like, it's really changed my life and my family's life. I've got these stamps and it says like, I slept with Bonnie Blue, I want to sleep with Bonnie Blue and stuff. And like, I was practicing them on my dad, and my dad was like, I need to go to the pub after this. And he's got like stamps all up his arms to say he slept with his daughter.
And because I'd started off like behind closed doors in my bedroom, no one really knew about it. It sort of like eased me sort of into it.
And were you just doing like what kind of content were you shooting at that point?
Like a bit everything. So like anal, vagina, like.
Okay, so you were doing like full masturbation stuff.
It wasn't like a, hey, how are you? How's your day?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, it started like that, ended me bent over sort of thing. Nervous though, some of them haven't had sex before, so like they're going to be like, you get either ones that struggle to get hard the whole time because they're overthinking it, or they've just had a beforehand, and then you've got some that just really struggle to finish because, like I said, they're nervous, and those ones are hard. Like my longest video was like 1.5 hours during freshers, which is a very long time, and then you get ones that finish after sort of 10 seconds.
It always leads.
Exactly. But I was like, coming out was fine, but it was like 12-hour days, which I was more than happy to. Like, I've got a good work ethic, but unless you're sat by the computer, you're not earning money. And like when I'd started to do that, my confidence had built up massively, and they ask you to make content to add to your profile. So it's like, if I'm making videos now anyway, I might as well try OnlyFans. And I thought, it's not going to take off. Everyone has OnlyFans nowadays. And I wasn't naive. I knew you don't just upload a sex tape and become rich. Like, it doesn't work that way. But in a way, I was quite lucky. My content sort of took off and people was quite intrigued and interested.
Just a reminder, boys, you can go for as many rounds as you want and you can finish wherever you'd like. So don't worry if you finish early. We can go for round 2, 3 and 4. Hey, fun fact, I'm still going to be pleasuring schoolies from the 18th of November with Annie and I. So boys, if you're watching this, come and give me a facial. If you didn't already know, the video with me and a big group of builders, probably the biggest I've taken, is out now.